All right, ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand are more YouTube videos of me. I was asked to do this by a guy named TJ, and I really don't have anything planned. So we're gonna do dinner with Matt because I know you all have wanted to go on a dinner date with me at some point in your life. So you can live vicariously through this YouTube video. You can come along with me as I cook. You can cook too, and we'll just have a great time together tonight. So here we go. Tonight we're doing the classic Matthew Thompson special dinner. We're here in my kitchen, and so the first thing we're gonna need is a pan. So you open your pan cupboard, you get a pan, and then that's just there. Next, we open our fridge. And as you can see, I just have the same things over and over. Spinach, Greek yogurt, and then we're going for eggs tonight because that's just my specialty. And so preparing eggs can be a somewhat difficult process, but we can actually make this to be very easy if we want to. So we'll open this package up, and then let's kind of zoom out here a bit. And so we got our package opened, and first thing we need to do is prep the pan. So you're gonna open your cupboard up here, and you're gonna grab your PAM or your non-cook spray. Then you're just gonna kind of give it a good whoosh. And so that way your eggs don't stick to your pan. Common rookie mistake of young guys trying to cook some eggs and get some protein is that they don't grease the pan and then they stick there. And so generally this takes two hands. I'm going to attempt to do it with one, so we'll go boom, just smack it, and then you open the egg. I'm a professional at this since I eat eggs pretty much 10 days a week, so you might want to make sure to set down whatever you're holding and use two hands, but yeah. So there we go. 2 eggs, and you might be asking yourself, how many eggs do you need? And it's really, that's a conversation you should have with your doctor on what is a balanced diet for you, because we're all different, right? Some of us are a little maybe on the chunkier side and might want to lay off the eggs, so maybe you have like one, and then you kind of think about yourself and how you've been eating too much. But some of us are just tiny guys like me who need all the help they can get in multiple areas in life, protein included. So we're going to go with 6. And the reason we go with 6 is that egg cartons come in multiples of 6. Like you either get 12, 18, or 24. And so if you're going less than that, it really gets inconvenient when you're grocery shopping. So that's why I go with that. So, alrighty, that's done. So next thing you do is you got to turn on your stove. The way you do that is for this one, you kind of light it up like that, and boom. And some people might tell you to fry your eggs, poach your eggs. We're just gonna go scrambled. It's what man has been doing since the beginning of time. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but I did know the egg got scrambled first. So, there we go. So yeah, you get those all nice and mixed up, and then you just kind of like leave this and let it cook for a bit. So while we're doing that, we can like put our eggs back in the fridge. So open the fridge, put the eggs back in, and so the meal is just not complete with eggs, though. You need stuff to go along with it. So that's when you get in here and you grab your spinach. So we lay that down. You open your cupboard with your bowls. I conveniently got a bowl right here. We pull that out, and then this is how we're going to do it. You pull out the spinach, and you just grab a handful like that, shove it in there. And some of it might fall out, that's okay. I clean my counters every day, so I won't get COVID and die, but you might, so you might want to take some precautions. So I'll put that in there, and I put that in there. And really how much spinach is again, up between you and your doctor. So if you are concerned, I would personally call them directly right now. They probably don't have anything going on. So then you sit at the table where you will be having like your feast. So this is my dinner table. You see a chair is missing. I have good reason for that, but I will not get into that. Then you kind of fold your spinach back up, and then you toss that back in here. Boom. And so then you kind of walk over and look at your eggs again, and you're like, all right, this is coming along a bit. So you kind of just give that the old, what you stir it. I don't know what this action is called. Verbs are not my strong suit. So we got our like proteins and fats. We got a vegetable, but now we need some carbs because your body runs off of those unless if you're one of those weird ketogenic diet people. And I'm not weird like that. So we're gonna get oatmeal from our pantry. So you go to your pantry. Mine's located right here. And you open it up. You look inside. You got some bread you could use, maybe some rice. I got some popcorn or marshmallows, but we're gonna go with the oatmeal. So I have a bit in here, so we'll get that. And then oatmeal, really simple. I mean, this is even before eggs, because I guess I can't say that for sure. But you put your oatmeal in here. And then you gotta know how to multitask, right? Like I'm doing this, but I see my eggs are starting to sizzle a bit. So I'm gonna go over here and kind of give them the old, yeah, so here, I'll give you a live action shot. Hopefully you can watch this. I have no idea if the camera's rotated properly. But yeah, you just kind of give the old switcheroo. And then you head back here. You go to your sink. You fill your oatmeal with water. Shut that off. You got that. And then you open your microwave. We don't do stovetop around here. I mean, that's just too much time. And then our eggs are pretty much done at this point, right? So maybe one more flipperoo. And then I'll get a plate ready. So we got that. I'm gonna be a good steward of the planet and use a plate that's already dirty. That way I have to do less dishes, and we will prevent the world from having extra water dishes. So do your part, folks, in stopping the inevitable end of our planet. We can stop what's going to happen in Revelation. I genuinely believe it. So yeah, eggs are done now. So I'm gonna this requires two hands. So I'm gonna somehow set this down. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm gonna grab my eggs and plop them on. Boom. We got that. So now, eggs just by themselves are boring. So you got like all sorts of condiments and stuff in here. I got like hot sauce I'll use. I got pepper, maybe honey if you're feeling a little adventurous. But we're gonna go with just my personal favorite, barbecue sauce. Some Sweet Baby Ray's for Sweet Baby Matthew. So it goes well. All right. So then you just kind of I mean, most of you should know how to pour a bottle. If you don't, you need to go back to the beginning. Go to jail, directly to jail. Don't pass go. Don't get 200. So, yeah, so we got our barbecue sauce on there. And, like, you guys could hear the microwave go off, right? So that means our eggs are done. Or oatmeal's done. But, bland oatmeal is boring. So I get a couple of these Splenda packets. And I'll put that in my oatmeal. Some of you might be asking, Matt, do you fear cancer that those things give you? And that's a great question. I do to a degree, but I'd rather die shredded than have to go through the rest of life with a dad bod. So that's kind of the cost variable But that's the calculation I make. So I'm going to figure out how to rip this open with one hand. Or I'm going to... One sec, folks. You see, this is not... I mean, I wasn't prepared to record this today. I had this forced upon me. So, yeah, you get your Splenda in there. And then you stir it up. And then boom, that's ready to go. You set that down there. And then you take your eggs, you set those down there. And so some of you might be asking, Matt, do you have anything to drink with this? Well, it's, of course. I got my Smoking the Good Stuff mug or cup from Hard 8 Pit Barbecue. Got that while in Texas. It was a great time, so I really enjoyed that. Alrighty. So yeah, set that down, and then boom, we're ready to go. And so you guys are gonna have the great privilege of really getting to have the dinner date with me. So I know a lot of you are wondering what would it be like to be married to Matt and come home and have dinner with him every night. And so you're gonna get to see that today. So I'm gonna just set this up for all of you, and then you're really just gonna get to experience the real me, you know. Actually, maybe let's kind of do it like this. Up. See, you can tell I don't do this too often. All right, that way my mic is unimpeded. So all right, here we go. Didn't get my fork. Alrighty. We gotta be sure to pray real quick so our food doesn't poison us, so. Alright, and this is going great. So, as long as my camera stays put, we'll be good. But, so, the thing you're probably asking yourself is, with a meal like this, is where do you start first? And, there is a strategy to it. You never start with the oatmeal first because it's going to be the hottest. And I don't want to burn my mouth off. So I'm going to start with my eggs, with my barbecue sauce, and we'll take a bite. And you see, this is the epitome of bachelor cooking. It's just good enough that I'll eat it, but at the same time, you can tell there's something more to be desired. Mostly that being not my cooking. So, but we get through this. This has got the calorie content I need to be a big, strong lad. What Mama always told me I needed to grow up and be, so he gets the job done. So normally this is where, if you're eating dinner with me, we talk about each other's days, how it went, the deeper things in life. So, I mean, give me a second to think on what we can talk about then. Well, I guess for work today, I drove about 2 hours one way to someone's home to evaluate the roof for hail damage. I can't say what I found on site, or else I'll get the big boot from my boss, Dave. But it was a great time, let me tell you that much. I showed up, and I was, they weren't home at first, and so I was evaluating their roof, just walking around their property, and they pull in the driveway just to see this young punk kind of walking around. Thankfully, they didn't pull out a gun and shoot me on sight immediately, but they definitely were a little concerned. It helps that I'm pretty, so in life, some of us have pretty privilege, and I do have that, which is a major benefit, actually. So they were much more open to the idea of me being on their property because I am handsome. So that just goes to show why it's important to take care of yourself, kids, because people do treat you better if you are a handsome young lad. So But yeah, I did that, and then came home, worked out. Now here I am cooking dinner. It's about like 5 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I might read a book. Or I've been playing this game where you build your own zoo. I find it very relaxing. And it's just like, all right, get yourself some crocodiles, some bears, some aardvarks. Just make a zoo and then decorate it. And it's like, it's kind of relaxing. So I could do that. Could work on my grad school homework. Probably not, but you always like to have that just as a thought in your mind because it makes you feel like you're at least considering being productive, which can be just as rewarding as actually being productive. So it's kind of like sometimes how the thought of something is much more pleasing than having the actual thing. Same sort of idea. So I'll think about it, but I won't actually do it. As you can see, I'm talking, so it's taking a bit longer, but the eggs go down nicely. Especially with this delicious barbecue sauce. So, yeah. Today is actually, funnily enough, October 11th, which is one day before my birthday, which is October 12th. So, today is my last day being a 25-year-old. So, tomorrow I'm on the back end of the 20s, which kind of feels weird because, your early 20s, you're that young buck, right? Full of energy, no one can stop you, the world is your oyster. You have an identity. 30s, you're probably a career man at this point, you're married, you have 1 or 2 kids, but then you're in that 20s phase where you're not the young buck anymore, but you definitely aren't the married guy with kids. And so it's like, who are you? What is your identity? And it's really this transition period from probably going from the young buck to this. So, you know how they say new year, new me? It's going to be new birthday, new me. So, this is the last version of Matt Thompson, or this is the last time you'll see this version of Matt Thompson. And then I will radically transform myself starting tomorrow. So, on a slight tangent, if your oatmeal is like a little thick, you can always just pour a little water in it, and that's just very convenient. I just find it to be very applicable because I like my oatmeal a bit soupy. It makes it go down easier. So you can judge me, but what's that saying? Only God can judge me, which is true, and He will. So keep that in mind the next time you say that. So I find that's a humbling thing. So here we go. So as you can tell, this is probably as bland as you think by the look on my face. There's nothing redeeming to this besides its clean calories. So anyways, yeah, I'm deciding how I'm going to have to reinvent myself. So I'm thinking like, what do young men do? And then what do old men do? And by old, I mean 30s. So, first thing that comes to mind is you got to start dressing your age, right? If I want to make this transition into a responsible adult, that means I can't dress like a boy anymore. So that probably means I'm going to have to, what is it, buy like some suits and then start wearing those around. And I know people know I'm a professional, so that kind of goes along with the career man. So we got that. the whole married with kids aspect, I mean, well, let's just say I'm probably going to have better luck trying to adopt as a single little guy than anything else. So I guess I'll start looking into how to adopt some kids. So that should be fun. So we'll begin doing that. And so it should be a fun process. I'm thinking just one kid to start out. Not going to do anything crazy like the Octomom and have 8 kids at once. That's just stupid, kids. Don't try that at home. So we'll get one. Probably adopt a boy. That makes the most sense. I'm a boy. My son will be a boy. I know boys. They're very consistent, easy to understand. Nothing too difficult with them. You put them outside, give them a pit of mud. They can go all day and play in that. So very low maintenance. It's kind of like a low maintenance pet, but we care more about the kid than we do the pet. So this invigorating oatmeal is almost done. So if you're ever wondering, like, Matt, what does it take to look like you? It's kind of that, so weigh your opportunity cost out. And we come to the best part now. If you've made it this long, I'm going to tell you this is probably the most unattractive you will ever see me, as I dive into this bowl of spinach and devour it, and I will be slamming water in order to get through it. Sometimes in life you just got to grind, and spinach is no different. You have to grind the spinach, and you gotta get through it. No one likes spinach. Don't let anyone ever deceive you and say, I like spinach. They may like how their body feels when they have eaten spinach, or they may like the perception that people have of them when they are eating spinach, but no one actually likes this bowl of sour green leaves or bitter green leaves. So this is how I have found that I can wolf down these vegetables. So here we go. That one was kind of crunchy, which is gross. Delicious. So you can see we're finally getting to the end. Just gotta grind, baby. All right, that completes the eating portion of dinner. Now, we gotta clean things up because we're responsible citizens. So, you take your dishes, boom. You take your dishes, boom. I don't feel like doing them right now though. So that's gonna wrap up this video, folks. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell, leave a comment, share the video, tell your friends, whatever it takes to get this channel going. The goal is to get up to at least 15 subscribers. So the sky's the limit. So that's what we're shooting for. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day. Next time on Vlogs in My Life, we'll do a house tour because I know all of y'all are just desperate to see my residence. So we'll do that next. All right. Have a good day. Bye.